When I got out of the military, I had a hard time translating my military experience into the civilian world. I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for my wife, I probably would have been that homeless or impoverished vet. But it can be easier with the right support. I'm Mark Casper, and I'm the Executive Director of Tech4Troops. In today's world, you have to have a computer to be able to apply for jobs. Our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers and training to get back in the workforce.
Here at Tech4Troops, we're here to push you forward to get you back to where you want to be in life. When the veterans come in, I teach them everything you could think of that's done with a computer. I want them to feel that this is a tool that's going to help them get their life back.
I went into a kind of a deep depression. Eventually, I lost my job and I was out on the street. The computer was able to connect me to the web, and I was able to start putting resumes out. And you have to have these small building blocks to get from point A to point B. I'm not worried about employment anymore.
The need is great, and we want to be able to support our veterans across the nation.
All right, welcome everyone to the Tech4Troops Peachtree 240 at Old Atlanta. This is the Tech4Troops Cup Series, and tonight they're doing something different. It's a throwback, and we appreciate you tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the Tech4Troops Cup Series. So, John?
It's going to be a race. I'm excited for tonight's race because we don't go to this track anymore. We go to New Atlanta, which is a super speedway. But this track today, we are at, it's the Old Atlanta, like you said, and we are going to see massive tire wear, multiple different lines of racing, and a strategy come into play here at Atlanta. I was about to say Charlotte. No, Atlanta in the Peachtree 240. So it looks like we have qualifying just now wrapping up, and looking at the left-hand side of the screen, it looks like Ryan Pittman is your pole sitter for tonight's Peachtree 240.
All right, that means Ryan Pittman is the winner of the Owl's Nest Racing Pole Award for this, our 15th race. I think it's our 15th race.
15th or 16th, I believe, yeah. So it looks like we got the grid up here, starting up. So let's go ahead and look at some either track facts or look at the actual grid for tonight's Peachtree 240. As we get this race underway here very, very shortly.
Yep, bear
lovely
with
helicopter.
Yep, we're just waiting on the cameras to change and the grid to come up.
There, the lovely grid.
It has not popped up as of yet. Bear with us as we try to nudge it and see if we can encourage it to come up. We'll see.
Give it a little encouragement. Come on, Grid. Come on. We got it. It's all right. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. He's a little nervous. He's not used to being out here at the old Atlanta. There it is. So, all right, here's our starting grid for tonight's Peachtree 240. Ryan Pittman sits on the pole here tonight with Sean Skytman to his outside, Jeff Narin out of MB2 Motorsports starting in third with Luke Bullard, his teammate, to his outside in fourth. John Ledger in the 19 starting in fifth position with Alonzo King starting in sixth. Ty Bostic, another NB2 Motorsport driver, is starting in seventh with David Clayman starting in eighth. Jesse Vaughn starting in ninth in the 84 machine, and Mark Hanna rounds out your top 10.
Joey Doucette sits in 11th. Phil Vanderwick is in 12th. In 13th, Marco Berube. 14th, Grant Altizer. William Mann Jr. in 15th. Brad Previtt in 16th. Pete Woodrum in 17th. Harley Barletta in 18th. Charles Van Scoik in 19th. And 20th is Sammy Harrell.
In 21st, you have Maurice Burnett. 22nd, Cody Sturgill. In 23rd, you have Christoph Hall in the 44 machine with Austin Hable to his outside in the 6th machine starting in 24th. In 25th, you have Travis Murgaard, and 26th is David Watts. So Rick got a 160 lap event here tonight, 5 tires in the pitch, which means that they have 6 technically total sets. No quick repairs tonight. 3 green-white checkers as usual. And looks like we have a little bit of a hot track. It's increased by 2 to 3 degrees since practice and qualifying, up to 96 degrees. Though still good conditions for racing.
Absolutely. So it's going to be an interesting experience for these guys. They have not been on this track in a while since iRacing released the new scan version. Let's quickly jump to John, your keys to the race.
Let's do it really quick. Number 1, tire conservation. It's old Atlanta. This track eats up tires. Number 2, pit strategy. So you have to pay attention to what you're doing on pit road. And 3, throttle control. Out of 2 and out of 4, you have to be able to master your throttle control so you don't go spinning into the infield. Flagman's got the green flag in his hand, waiting for them to enter the Geico restart zone. They're there. Green flags in the air for tonight's Tech4Troops 240. And we're off down in the turn 1.
So we're hoping that these drivers take some time to figure this track out for themselves. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Again, this car has not been on this track in a while, so they've got to give it some time to figure things out, especially with being able to get build some heat up in these tires through this initial set of laps.
Looks like they're going to be able to make it around 1 time, so 1 lap complete out of 160. Got some 2 wide racing going on right now for the lead. Here comes Sean Skytman to the bottom side of Ryan Pittman coming out of turn 2. See if he's able to hold that line. Not able to do it.
Yeah, so this is one of those tracks where I guess this is for, me, I don't think you can really run just the total high line all the way around this track.
You can't unless
it's a blend.
It really is a blend, and you can try to make different things work. I love the high side here. I think it's one of the fastest ways around the track, but early on when you have grip in the tires, that low line is going to be fast, and that's what we're seeing right now at 37 of Sean Skytman trying to get around the 08 of Pittman. But what's going to happen is Pittman's going to have that run from middle out and be able to get off the corner a little bit better than Sean Skytman there on the bottom side of the track.
He's got a little bit of pressure behind with the 3 of Bullard and the 80 of King right there on the outside.
He does, and it looks like Skytman was able to clear the 08. So new leader today is the 37 of Sean Skytman.
Yeah, a pretty big push by the 3 for a while there. Able to shove him out, and that certainly has helped the 3. The 80 drops down, and looks like he may try to work his way up, and he is now around the 08 and takes over 3. And looks like he's trying to take over 2 and work his way to the front.
Yep, that bright pink, the electric pink machine there of Alonzo King, a little loose out of turn 2. Trying to get another win on the season to pushes playoff efforts even further as we start to see the field spreading out.
The field's kind of broken apart, and I think there's like two groups. There's this last group that get a feel for the back of it. I think it's right there with Marco Berube. He is the tail end. That's the 12 cars of the lead pack. Then a little bit farther back, there's this group. Whoa, there's contact.
To it. That's between teammates, I believe.
It was the 41 of Charles Van Scoik, and I think the 42 of Sammy Harrell may have gotten together.
That is true. It looks like they did, and this back pack is back about 3, 4, 5 seconds, depending on where you are. So we'll see how that plays out as Alonzo King has moved into second place 7 laps into this event, up 4 spots.
Yeah, a lot of battling back here mid-pack as these guys try to work their way up through the field, and then back up front. There's been a great battle as Alonzo King has worked his way up, as you said, 4+ spots, and now trying to take this away from Luke Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, Alonzo is going to have the run here. It's going to be a massive run. He's probably going to go low on the back, which he does. Seeing if he can get around the 3. 3's going to stay at the high side, and then that 80's going to slide right back up to the top side, take that lane away.
Yeah, I'm looking a little bit farther back. I saw David Clayman in the 17, a little loose. We're 9 laps in, so you will see a little bit of, and there we go. Alonzo King works his way around and takes the lead away from the 3 of Bullard.
Able to do it with ease there.
But there's a
9
lot
laps
of
in this event.
there's a lot of stuff happening back here in this group. That's the 11 of Doucette trying to work his way around the 45 of Mark Hanna and the 17 of Clayman in front of Mark.
Yeah, Mark Hanna still needs a win. So does David Clayman there. And we got a possible wreck in the back with Grant Altizer. I see some cars dropping. Van Scoik, yep, there it is. Caution out. Hey, Rick, you know what lap it is?
I can set my watch to it, John.
We have our first caution of the night on lap 10. If you've been watching us for a while, you know I love talking about trends, and the trends never lie. Let's see what happened right here with Van Scoik coming out of turn 4.
Well, there's the 12 of Greg Altizer.
Oh, no!
Yep. Well, a little bit of netco, but it was going to happen anyways.
Going to happen anyways. Don't know if anybody else got collected in this, but Van Scoik and Altizer were collected. Don't know if Van Scoik had too much front-end damage, but that's going to be a major setback for Van Scoik. Obviously, he has that win at Pocono, so this is, not detrimental to the 12s in the grass.
He's still in the grass. Let's go back. Let's just see what we see here. So he broadsides. All right.
Got some cars on pit road. Looks like Alonzo King, Clayman, Doucette, Harrell.
Did he just spin again?
Yes.
Yep. All right.
Yep, he did. So, yeah, we had some guys on pit road this last time. Rick, Alonzo King, Joey Doucette, Clayman, Sturgill, Harrell, Hall, Burnett, Previtt, obviously Van Scoik down pit road, which is going to cycle Luke Bullard, Skytman, Pittman, Nairn, and Mark Hanna at your top 5. I like the move, pitting early. Tires are going to matter here because we were just about to get to where tire wear was starting to come into play a little bit heavier on. So with a heat cycle through these tires, the leaders may have a little bit of an advantage, but watch out for Alonzo King back there in 16th to make his way through the field.
Oh, he's going to just fly up through the field. No one again. The first 15 did not come in. They've all been out. Their last laps, we're begin to see some of the fall off happening from this track. So could be interesting. So I'll take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. This league is sponsored by Tech4Troops, the 1111 Project, and U-Haul. We appreciate everything that those sponsors do for us, and if you have an opportunity to visit their websites, learn about their causes, or you got to make a move, run a U-Haul. So,
speaking of sponsors, I was wondering if I could step in for a minute, gentlemen.
absolutely.
I love seeing how the trends play out as well. So we find ourselves here with a little bit of time. So I wanted to acknowledge some definite awesome looks on some of these cars. The win for this week, and you guys are going to have to help me out with the pronunciation of the name. It's the 48 car, Van Nortwick, I believe. Definitely an amazing looking scheme, and that's what's going to take home that sweet Amazon loot. But I wanted to bring attention to Alonzo King, the 80 car, once again rocking and I'm not going to take credit for coining the term, but I will use it, the electric Pepto, looking really, really good. The 80 car, I love it. And then I got to say for Mr. Skytman, the 37, I think I need to know more about the dad grass scheme. It's fantastic if it is what I think it is. Thumbs up. But I need to know a little more. But our win is definitely going to go to the 48 car with Philip Van Ortwick. So I will be in touch with you to parse out that sweet Amazon loot. And just thank you guys for being here with the Peachtree 240. We have good stuff coming, and look to IWM for Tech4Troops Racing.
All right, thank you. That's Jason Parker with Tech4Troops. Jason pops in on the regular to give us updates and weekly to spread a little sunshine to these drivers for the hard work they put in and getting their paint schemes done, and whether that's patriotic or a themed scheme, Jason's he just finds what he feels best exemplifies Tech4Troops. So thanks again, and again, the award for this week's race goes out to the 48.
All right. Let's see what happens here on the restart. Top 15 did not come down pit road. Pace car is off. Green flag is back in the air here in Atlanta. And Luke Bullard leads them down into turn one. Field spreads out a little bit, as you already see Alonzo King back there making a move, trying to get back up to the front of the pack as the field is very much wadded up right now.
Yeah, we're keeping an eye back on that big car because we know he leads the guys who all just came in for tires and fuel. Not everybody took tires. Alonzo came in and just took fuel. Joey Doucette, just fuel. David Clayton, just fuel.
Interesting. Well, I love it. I love the strategy play. We got some three-wide action going on. Going to the turn one here, Rick. Let's see if they can hold it. They were able to hold that, and looks like Luke Bullard is now checking out just a little bit, about a half-second lead over Ryan Pittman and Jeff Nairn there in second and third. A little bit of a mover right there. That's Ty Bostic in the 22 MB2 Motorsport machine with John Ledger running the high line all the way up there, trying to get some momentum dialed in here to possibly get a win. Ty Bostic already multiple wins on the season, of course.
So up front, you've got the three of them. Followed closely behind by Ryan Pittman, Jeff Nairn, Jesse Vaughn is up front there in the fourth slot. Sean Skytman in fifth. Mark Hanna, John Ledger, Austin, and King now up to ninth. Joey Doucette rounds out our top 10.
Some chatter on the radio from a few drivers. Looks like the 6 and a 17 possibly chatting about something. I'm not really sure what's going on between those two guys.
That's Austin Abel in the 6. He's behind the 17 of David Clayman. We'll keep a little bit of an eye on these guys, see what potentially is going on. You know, This is a very challenging track. These guys probably haven't been on it in a while. Hopefully they got some practice in, some practice laps. It's not easy to get around here. It's very easy with these cars and these supercars.
That's why my third P of the race was throttle control. You have to be able to master the throttle off corners here because you will easily lose the back end of the car coming out of turn 2 and coming out of turn 4. Looks like we have a pass for third place taking place right now. Jesse Vaughn to the inside of the 27, but don't count out that 27 on the high line. He has a little bit of momentum as they go down the back stretch with that dad grass number 37 of Sean Skytman right behind him. Jesse obviously looking for a win here, Rick, and every win matters at this point as we're nearing ever so close to the playoffs.
Yeah, with just 2 races before we enter into the playoffs, you know, you've got to be looking for that win, because if you can't get there on points, not enough time, you've got to get in with the win.
In with the win. That's going to be a lot of these guys' mantra tonight. Looking back through the field, Jeff Nairn needs a win. Jesse Vaughn, Mark Hanna needs a win.
Just saw Alonzo King earlier, a lap or so ago, as he made his way around. He caught that white line that's right at the apron. That is a super no-no here at this track in particular. Prior to the repave, there is such a difference between the angle of the apron and the track racing surfaces through these corners that it is really easy to upset the balance on the car, and unfortunately you will wreck.
You will. And, you know, right now, close. You saw that a little bit right there, getting a little loose. Going to heat up his tires a little bit. Got to cool them off here going into turn 1. But Alonso, you know, already up 7 spots since that restart. He is definitely looking like the car to beat tonight.
He's definitely battling that. He's got right in front of him. He's got, you know, 6, 7, and 8. So
yeah, I mean, he's right there. And I mean, look at the run that he has off the corner. I'm going to be surprised if he didn't try to make a move here. Yeah, there's Ledger. There's Mark Hanna. Oh, Ledger in the wall. Big hit for John Ledger going into 1.
So easy to do here, especially after you've got some laps on these tires. You've got 24 or so laps. Not all of those are under green flag conditions, but on these tires, and you know, after a while, you're going to start to push coming out of 2, and that wall comes up fast.
It does, and you know, I love the new Atlanta, but I really love the old Atlanta because it's all about controlling your car. It's all about making sure you're not burning up your rubber. Look at the 45 right there. Oh no, is he clear? Oh, that was close. Caught that one live. It's all about being able to keep the car, as you can see, underneath you and not wearing out your tires. And here comes Alonzo King, another big move and run coming right behind the 45. Let's see if he drops down to the bottom.
Yeah, so right there we're watching also the battle between teammates, actually Joey Doucette and Jesse Vaughn. And now you've got the 80 in that mix. That means Alonzo has cracked the top 6. Oh.
He has, and now he dropped back a couple spots. Again, he seems like it's when he pushes the limit is where his car gets really loose. And I think that's the edge of overheating these tires a little bit. It's just a little bit loose right there again. He seems to be driving very aggressive out there.
My guess, and this is just my speculation, he's driven so aggressively at this point. He has it's not even so much as wear here, as he just has built too much heat into these tires and lost traction.
Exactly. I mean, he is by far one of the fastest on the track, having the fastest lap time by far. And, you know, I think it's just a matter of getting that car underneath him and being able to make consistent runs and lower that tire temp a little bit. Not sliding the tires, not forcing the issue as he tags the wall. I think I just gave him the broadcaster's curse. So, Alonso, go do your thing there in the electric pink car.
We'd be remiss if we did not show that, Luke Bullard's out here by himself. He's got 3/4 of a second over his teammate, the 27 of Jeff Nerin, and these guys are just methodically just working this track.
They are. They're both running the same line, roughly, or they were at least. And what a showing by NB2. I mean, this is what I was talking about. Nerin needs a win, and Bullard won our season opener, so he's locked in. But it would be great for him to get another win on his resume to boost his playoff chances and help him out there a little bit with Pittman and Skytman there and Doucette rounding out your top 5.
All right, so right behind Mr. Bullard, you've got the 27, his teammate, Jeff Nerin. You've got Ryan Pittman that's right there behind Jeff in the 08. But right on his tail, Sean Skytman. Joey Doucette is solidly in 5th. Jesse Bond's in a little bit of a pitched battle with the 45 of Mark Hanna. And Ty Bostic, another teammate of NB2, is right there. He's in 8th. So it's 1, 2, 8 right now for NB2.
Good showing for NB2.
Yep,
Go ahead.
John Ledger sitting here in 9th, and David Clayman that's our top 10. We're going to just take a quick battle back here again and take a peek at Alonzo King. These guys are, it was just 3 wide a second ago. It was crazy.
Let's see what we got going on. 32 complete here. Cody Sturgill on the mic. Not really sure what he's saying, but it's got some chatter going on. William Mann Jr. now on the mic. Obviously, I can't hear a word that they're saying.
Yeah.
I just see their name pop up. So every time I see a name pop up, I'm like, let's see what's going on. What's going on? I guess I can't.
So
audio.
he's running back here by himself in 19th slot. William Mann Jr. So just bring up the track map. Let's get a feel for where everybody is. So it's not like we're completely spread out, but we're pretty close. This field is spread out over half the track with 33 laps in the books.
And Van Scoik down pit road.
Yeah, remember, we don't have any fast repairs. So that earlier incident that he got in, well, now he's changing tires.
Yeah, this may be the first round of pit stops possibly for some of these guys. A little bit early there for Van Scoik. I would expect to see pit stops around the 40 lap mark, 40 to 45. But I think this could be where we start to see some guys start to pit. Jesse Vaughn has made his way down pit road. You see him entering the screen right there. So he locked it up a little bit. Hopefully no speeding penalty there, but there's Jesse Vaughn.
Maybe 35 is the magic lap.
35 plus or minus 4 with the caution, so 31. Yeah, 31, 32 is where I would put that as some pit stops there.
Well, with 160, yep. The rest of them
Bullard spinning down pit road.
He saved it.
That was your leader, though, Rick. Jeff Nerin, his teammate, and Skytman down as well. That is not what you wanted to see if you were a fan of Mr. Bullard there. Lost it coming down pit road, and he's going to lose a good 10, 15 seconds, Rick. He's going to be all the way probably back in 18th or 19th after that. Ryan Pittman down pit road.
Yeah, he just mistimed the entry into pit road.
Yep, Ryan Pittman just overshot his stall a little bit there in the very first stall. He's coming down pit road.
Jeff Nerin is on pit road. Still?
For an extended period of time there.
So right now, who has not pitted? Ty Bostic, John Ledger, Austin Habel, and Harley Barletta, Marco Berube. That is who has not pitted. Mark Hanna has not pitted. William Mann Jr., they have not pitted.
Yeah, and those are, look at Joey Doucette. He was one of those guys that came down on lap 10, so they may be coming down pit road here in the next 5 or 6 laps per se. See what they're able to do with going off strategy. Could be a major factor in today's race and how this works. But really quick, Rick, actually, I'll wait till the pit cycles go through. But we have some big movers right now. Sammy Harrell up 13 and Austin Habel up 18. I'm going to wait to see specifically how this plays out until these guys come down pit road. But Mark Hanna now is making his way down pit road as we speak. So a lot of guys, 2 differentiating strategies right now. So, Rick, it's going to be down to the wire to see who is able to come out on top. I need to do some rough math really quick to figure out actually both strategies to see what's going to happen. So let me find a piece of paper and a pen, and I'll do some math.
Is on pit road. So we're still following Ty Bostic in the 22, currently running in second. Joey Doucette's out there. Joey came in last on lap 11. In fact, everybody who is plus 15 came in lap 11 or not. And those guys that came in on lap 11 just came in and got fuel only. So when the 22 of Bostic goes in, the 11 can stay out because he's got at least 11 plus laps of fuel.
Yep. And just got word from race control that Jeff Narin and David Watts got caught for speeding, and here comes the 22 machine of Ty Bostic.
Well, how unfortunate for Jeff Narin. You can see his penalty. That is a 40-second hold in the pits. That took a normal, decent pit stop of 15 seconds up to 55 seconds. How that translates between the time he got on pit road and got off pit road, it took him nearly a minute and a half.
Just catastrophic for NB2 because you had the teammate of Jeff Narin there getting, spinning out on the entry of pit road. He lost a good 10, 15 seconds. And now with Narin's issue, hopefully that's able to get cleared up. Ty Bostic looks like he's being held for a little bit of time. Not really sure what's happening there. He may be off pit road now. But as it stands, Rick, Joey Doucette at the point.
I think Bostic also got caught for speeding. That time is now 48 seconds.
Wow.
50.
Yep, he did. Just got word from race control. Ty Bostic with speeding. So what turned into NB2's race has turned into a catastrophic event for that team, with those drivers having major issues here at the quarter point of the race. Here comes Ty Bostic. My bad. That is not Ty Bostic.
Joey Doucette.
Yeah, Joey Doucette. I thought he was going to come down pit road.
No, I'm guessing now if everybody else pitted on lap 40, let's go back to Ty Bostic, 41. They should, I'm guessing, maybe lap 52 for these guys.
Possibly. We got a big pack behind the leaders here, Rick. Let's see if we can take a look back behind there. It's Alonzo King battling in that pack. A lot of cars all right there. Some lap down, some on the lead lap.
So all of this, the top 9 pitted last on lap 11 or 12.
Right. So that'll put everybody about 47 to 50. If I'm doing my math correctly, if everybody came down on lap,
I'm thinking 52.
Yeah, it should be about right. I'm doing some math in my head right now, so I'm waiting for that first guy to come down pit road. I'm waiting for him to come down because that'll be able to give me a good perspective of where we stand on strategy. because there's two very different strategies, and one is very, very close. That's all I got to say. Very close.
Yep. So right now, that's David Clayman. He's making his way up. He's got the, that's the end of the lead lap drivers. That's Sean Skytman, Ryan Pittman, Jesse Baum. Those guys all came in on lap 34, 35, right in front of him. But Clayman should be coming back on pit road in about 3 to 4 laps.
Should be able to. Let's take some time. Look and see what the leaders are running. Jesse Vaughn just ran a 31.1. Joey Doucette ran a 32.4. So obviously, massive time being gained here and lost. So it's going to be this back and forth battle if we stay green for the rest of the night to see who has the better strategy for these guys and for the leaders. So we'll see who's able to make their way around and come down pit road.
All right, we're going to take this opportunity, John, take a quick commercial break. You won't miss a thing. We'll be side by side. We'll be right back.
When veterans get out of the military, a lot of them don't know how to translate their skill sets into the civilian world, and they lapse into poverty or into homelessness. But it can be easier with the right support. At Tech4Troops, our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers and training to get back in the workforce. We want to be able to support our veterans across the nation.
All right, as we had predicted, lap 50, we're seeing Joey Doucette, David Clayman, Alonzo King, Pete Woodrum all in for their scheduled pit stop. They are off cycle.
Definitely off cycle.
Now what that means is Christoph Hall here in the 44, Sammy Harrell, Maurice Burnett, Cody Sturgill, Brad Previtt, who is now coming in. So that's the top 4 guys, Hall, Harrell, Burnett, and Sturgill, who have not pitted. That puts Sammy Harrell on top. Now, as we talked about, Hall, Burnett, Sturgill all on pit road. The only guy who has not pitted, Sammy Harrell.
And what my strategy and what my calculator is telling me right now is the tale of, excuse me, wow, 2 very different stories as Sammy Harrell tries to make his way down pit road. He's not going to, he's got to be caught for speeding, right?
It looks that way, but let's see if he got it slowed down. It is hard to get on this on pit road here. Now, when you look at what they do with the current configuration, they backed up pit entry in turn 3, correct?
They did, yeah. They backed it up, and you have to be at a minimum speed. It effectively does the same thing. It just extends the period, yeah.
Yeah, just interject. His pit time now, he's over 26, 27 seconds. He got caught for speeding. So, unfortunately for Sammy, that gamble hurt him coming onto pit road like he did. So that puts Ryan Pittman as our leader. And he's in a heated battle with Sean Skytman and Jesse Vaughn.
Yep, those guys we were just talking about that were a lap down, they're all battling for the lead. And let's talk about pit strategy really quick. We have 2 strategies going on. So you have the guys who came down on lap 32, and with a 35-lap run, which is what I'm anticipating as the full fuel run, that means you have to come down 3 more times on lap 67, 102, and 137, and you should be able to make it to the end at 160. The other guys are actually in a much different battle. They came down on lap 50. That means they have to come back down on lap 185. They have to come back down on lap 120. And unless they can push it to 40 laps, By my calculations, they're going to have to come down with 5 laps to go. So this is going to be a very interesting strategy play as this race goes on. If my math was correct, and I believe it has, I've checked it like 4 different times. So it's a tale of 2 different races for these guys. Actually pitting on cycle helped them out a little bit just due to what you're able to save under caution. So right now, that's what I'm predicting.
The other variables here is we have not seen so far a lot of cautions. These guys are racing pretty cleanly, and what that means is your opportunity to come down and maybe just top off your fuel tank has been limited. So we are 57 laps in, still a lot of racing to go. It's 160 laps here at Atlanta, but yeah, so far so good. All right, we thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network as we bring to you the Tech4Troops Cup Series. This is our 16th race of the season with just a couple more to go before we get to the playoffs.
It's going to be a fun battle to the end here. We got a lot of drivers up here in the top 10 who have won a race this year. Let's just run through that list really quick.
Wait a minute, I misspoke. We've only got one more race after this before the playoffs, and it is going to be in Talladega.
I would love to run in that race. I may have to talk to the admins and say, hey, what if I just threw a little wrench in there and just like let's just make this a little bit tough for these guys. Call it in race broadcaster. But yeah, with one race to go, every win matters, and Skytman up there leading the race. He doesn't need a win. I believe Ryan Pittman brought home a victory this season too. Is that correct?
I believe that's the case. Sorry,
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. So look at Vaughn in 3rd. Look at Hable in 6th. Clayton there. Those are the guys who need to get a win to be able to battle for this championship fight. And with one race to go after this, this race could be one of these guys' last chance. And looking at Jesse Vaughn, he has a very good opportunity to possibly win here today, only 2 seconds back. If he gets something going in his right direction, Rick, we could be seeing that number 84 Carvana machine take home a victory. We'll see what he's able to do. But yeah, one race to go, and then we have the playoffs. And, every man for himself in the playoffs. So we'll see how that spans out as we just passed 100 to go here tonight in the Peachtree 240.
All right, with Sean Skytman in the lead, Ryan Pittman in 2nd, Jesse Vaughn in 3rd. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a way to safely and securely dispose of your old electronic devices? Why not donate them to Tech4Troops? Tech4Troops is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to bridging the technology gap for in-need veterans and their families. The donation process is quick and easy. Simply go to tech4troops.org and click on the donate link at the top right-hand side of the page. Scroll down to access the Give Back Box link. To create your shipping label, click Add to Cart and complete the checkout process. The shipping label is good for up to 50 pounds. You can recycle most standard shipping boxes to send in your devices. Oh, don't forget the power cords. Give new life to your old technology by responsibly recycling with Tech4Troops. Help save the environment and support a veteran.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Cup Series here at Old Atlanta. Sean Skytman is your leader, followed by Ryan Pittman, Harley Barletta, Jesse Vaughn, Luke Bullard still top 5, Joey Doucette, Austin Hable, John Ledger, David Clayman, and Alonzo King. That is your top 10.
Rick, it's been go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
that's all good.
I was gonna say it's been a great race so far. We've seen a lot of different strategies playing out, and I think it's going to be a matter of who has the better strategy at the end. Was it the guys who came down pit road on lap 11? or is it the guys that stayed with it and came down pit road about lap 35? So two very differentiating strategies. I love these races because this really proves who had the guts to make the right call and who's able to drive away and take home that victory.
There's a lot of battling happening right here. This is around for the 9th position with John Ledger. You've got David Clayman right there in front with in 8th. Alonzo King is right there as well. But these guys are battling for position. Jesse Vaughn is on pit road.
Jesse Vaughn on pit road. Hey, Rick, remember what lap I said they would be coming back down? That first round of guys?
Yeah, absolutely. You're right there.
Yep, right there. I said 67. This is 66. So that's the run, which makes the end of the run not too much different. That last stop probably could come at lap 135, so they would still have 10 to go on that tank of gas if they ran it to the end. So, yeah, there's one guy coming down, and we'll see if the field follows. Looks like Luke Bullard coming down pit road. And we got Brad Previtt loose on the front stretch, Rick. Brad Previtt loose. Oh, he's got it. Okay, he's all good.
He saved it. What? A little loose again. Now,
here at the item.
Brad Previtt came down on lap 50, so it's not old tires. He's in the wall.
We're good here at the IWM Broadcast Network, but I don't think we could predict something happening here with the 91. I would hate to see a spin, but it's been pretty darn close the last few times.
You know, let's credit him. Look, 3 wide in front of him.
Oh, 2 teammates, and then Alonzo King. Looks like they're able to make it through, I guess, A-OK. Don't know if any of them actually collected any damage. But look, Rick, if you look at the top right of your screen, this field has been completely spread out. There are cars all over this track.
There are. Yep, you are correct. So we'll leave that track map up there. The leader, Sean Skytman, is that 37. That car is highlighted in a fluorescent green ring. He is just coming onto the back stretch. He is coming up to the #1 car of Pete Woodrum. Pete is the last car on the lead lap. The 84 of Jesse Vaughn was in the pits for an extended period of time and is still in the pits.
That's not good. That's unfortunate there for that 84 machine. Had high hopes going into this race, and we'll see what happens now.
Ryan Pippin is not far back. He's, well, just under a second back behind your leader, Sean Skyman, who is just absolutely putting in some great laps here at Atlanta. Now, of course, as you mentioned earlier, they pitted last on lap 35. So he, Ryan Pippin, 36. Those two guys there, I believe, are the last two to have pitted on that lap.
So that is correct. That is fairly quick. I have to go back and I would have to really take a look at that, but I think you are right.
And, you know, speaking of that, here we go.
There we go.
I think they stretched it out as much as they possibly could. So they came in on 35. They're coming here in at 73. So that is 38 laps.
38 laps. Wow. Sean Skytman just got involved for speeding. Just got caught speeding on pit road, Rick. I don't know if this is a scheduled stop, but I just got news that he has got caught speeding somehow.
Yep, he did come down pretty hot. Again, this is a tricky watch him on pit road. But yeah, plus 24. He's going to be held there. Brian Pittman is out.
So it looks like some guys can go about, what would that be, 35 to 40 laps almost. So
yeah, 35, 38 laps.
So we'll see how this shakes up. Some of the field coming through. I'm expecting some pit stops here in the next 10 to 15 laps for this second strategy play. We're seeing the same thing happen. Doucette cycle up to the front. And
now Doucette, he pitted last on 49, so you assume that is going to be another 90?
Yeah, about 85 to 90, I would say.
Yeah.
35 laps from 49 would be 84, and 38 laps would be 88, or 87. So yeah, I expect between those laps there. He may try to string this out all the way to possibly 88, lap 88. So we'll see what he's able to do. But Rick, let's take a moment. Look who's in fourth. It's the number 80 machine of Alonzo King. He has been on rails. He is easily going to start to overtake these leaders at the later portion of this race.
So I'm watching the 81 of Harley Barletta. He pitted last on lap 41, so he should be looking right around lap 78, 79 to come in. Depending on how much he's going to stretch this out. And you should see Austin Abel in at the same time, as well as John Ledger is due, Marco Berube is due, William Mann Jr. is due. So we should have a rash of drivers in onto pit road.
Looks like Jesse Vaughn has, and Jesse Vaughn has retired from the race tonight. So
that's unfortunate. Well, John Ledger is on pit road. We expected he was one of the drivers that we had earmarked that was due. Looks like the 81 maybe. Yep, the 81 is coming in. He is definitely due. Slow down.
Good call.
Slow down.
These guys are cutting it close. That's all I got to say.
That cone is so far at the end that there's very little time to be able to put the car, back that car up off the corner and then slow it down. It's just hard.
Exactly. It is very hard, and we'll see what they're able to do.
Austin Abel, Marco Berube.
Yep, all these guys coming down pit road right now. As we are just reached the halfway point, Rick, of tonight's Peachtree 240. Got 120 miles, got 120 to go. Don't miss a thing.
That was a good pit stop for Marco Berube in the 99. So your new leader, Joey Doucette, takes over. He's got David Clayman in second, but he's got the way things are laid out with the way that the track is and those different pit strategies, part of a green flag race like this is running, there's some big time gaps between first and second.
There are.
So right there in front of him, that's Luke Bullard in the 3. He is currently the last car on the lead lap, but Luke pitted last on lap 66. So he's got the ability to stay out there for a while.
He does, and my estimate there, he'd be able to run till about 101 to 104. So that's going to be an interesting strategy there. That's right in my window of 102 when I expect him to come down pit road. So we'll see what he's able to do on that stint.
Well, while we have a moment, we'll take a quick break, and you won't miss anything. We'll be going side by side, and this is a relatively quick commercial. We'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network. right, welcome back to the Tech for Troops Peachtree 240 here at Old Atlanta. We are past halfway. We've got 77 laps to go, and thank you for tuning in to the IWM broadcast. And again, John and Rick here at the booth calling this race for you. And this is so far, and not anything new. So far, we've been relatively few cautions here, just one caution so far.
Yes, Rick, don't say anything. Shh, come on. Come on.
We've had just one yellow flag tonight here at Old Atlanta. This is, as we kind of predicted, it's turning into a pit strategy and a tire wear battle here amongst these drivers. Alonzo King is on pit road.
86. Yep. That was my mark, 85. So he's right on schedule with my strategy here. So
yeah, we expect to see Joey Doucette, David Clayman coming down soon. They both pitted last on lap 49. They should be coming in soon in the lap or two. In fact, David Clayman is going to be coming in now, followed by Pete Woodrum is also coming down as well. David Clayman took the logical, it's kind of like the New Atlanta approach. He was already coming down in about the apex of turn 3 and 4 to come into pit road. Not the fastest way in, but certainly the safest way, because we have had a rash of drivers who have gotten penalties coming down to make their pit stop. And then here you go, here's your leader, Joey Doucette, coming down onto pit road. That was a little fast by that cone.
Ooh, that was quick. Oh no, I'm waiting. Hold up, I'm gonna check my monitor. Let's see if I can see it on my end. Don't see any black flags. Don't see anything coming through for race control. But we'll be able to see here when he's on pit road. Did the leader get a penalty? I don't see one. I think he's good. Right side's up and on. Left sides go up and on. Should be pretty quick after they drop the jack. There we go.
All right, very good. Good pit stop for Joey Doucette. Good timing for him to come in. Now that puts Christoph Hall and Maurice Burnett now up front. Of course, Christoph Hall has about a 12-second gap. Cody Sturgill, who was sitting in third, is now on pit road. All these guys came in last on lap 51, which puts them out for 37 laps, which means they should be in next time by.
Should be in next time by.
Oh, and here we go.
There they go.
That's your leader. So with that cycle, we should see, if Maurice Burnett does not come in, Luke Bullard will be back up at the front momentarily. Right now, your leader is Maurice Burnett. Again, as I stated, he should be on the road probably next time. I think he's running on fumes.
He has to be. He has to be.
Yep, and the 88 is making his way down onto pit road. All right, so what is, as Luke Bullard is now currently your leader. Now Luke did pit last lap on lap 66. Do the math. That is puts around lap 101. So he's about 10 laps away from pitting, and he's got about 5 or 6 or 8 laps to the worst of everybody behind him. So we'll see how this all plays out.
Yep, my calculation says 102. So we'll see if this plays out for the 3 of Luke Bullard there and see what he's able to do.
But we're keeping our eye on that battle at the front between Pittman and Bullard. But Ryan Pittman is your new leader.
Yep, this could be the battle for the win here, depending on how you look at it. You know, we've seen, what is it, close to 80 laps Marine here so far on this run. So it's really going to be a matter of who can keep their car and not wear their tires out on a long run, and who can have the best pit strategy, as we were about nearing probably 7 or 8 laps until we see Bullard come down pit road.
All right, lap 94 in the books. Boa's got looks like the 91 of Brad Previtt. That car is, I believe, at least a few laps down. Two laps down, correct?
Yep, 2 down.
That's Charles Van Scoik right there. He's back on the track after being off for a while getting repairs. So that's one of the things we mentioned at the beginning, whereas when we started this league, you know, these drivers with the experience, we've you know, made it more realistic and took away their do-over, their fast repair, so they've got to drive what they've got. So if they can get it repaired in the pits, if they had an incident, they could do that. But for the most part, you know, they just got to manage their wear and drive as best they can to avoid getting caught up in anything.
Exactly. And that's the big thing, is, you know, not getting caught up in anything. And if we were at New Atlanta, I'd say that's a big factor of how this race is played out. But we're at Old Atlanta, and right now it's becoming what Old Atlanta used to be, trying to figure out what the best strategy is to win, because it became a tire conservation in the pit strategy race.
So Luke Bullard is currently sitting in third. He pitted last on lap 66. So thinking he's 5 laps away or so from coming in.
I would say so, about 5 laps away.
And he is the currently he is the car out there right now who pitted. He's the only car pitted on lap 66. Everybody after him pitted much later. So
we'll see. Here comes the 08 of Pittman down pit road, coming to lap 100. That's around my timetable. This means they need one more stop to make it until the end. So right now, Ryan Pittman on track. Or on the pits, rather.
We expect to see probably some short pitting strategies probably after the next stop, or during the next stop.
I'd say so. I'd say that's a good possibility. Looks like Van Scoik's pitting.
Luke Bullard is on pit road.
Yep, Bullard's on lap 101.
Brad Previtt.
Yep. So my strategy has been holding true for that number 3 machine. So looks like following that pretty close. There comes Brad Previtt out of pit road. Harley Barletta has cycled back to be your leader. Starting in the 18th position.
He sure has. Harley Barletta is right there in first place. He's up 17 spots from when he qualified. He pitted last on lap 78.
Yep, he did lap 78, so that's going to be around lap 113 to lap 117. It's going to be very close to the end there for that driver. Taking a look back, see what's going on with some guys. Ryan Pittman looks like back on pit road. Not really sure what happened there, but this is Harley Barletta, your leader tonight, looking to bring home a victory. And yes, Ryan Pittman is on pit road. Stuck on pit road, something happened. I'm assuming a speeding penalty of some sorts. He is there. And as it stands, Doucette is in second with David Kleeman in third, Alonzo King in fourth, Austin Habel in fifth, Christoph Hall in sixth, John Ledger in seventh, Marco Berube in eighth, Mark Hanna in ninth, and a 50 or 64 of Sturgill in 10th. Ryan Pittman looked like he got unsafe pit exit, which brought him down pit road, and that's going to end his night as we see Skytman, Naren, Vandertwick down pit road. As it stands, they're all coming in for their scheduled pit stops on lap 106. We'll see how they're able to fare out as Mark Hanna now makes his way down pit road. And here comes Harley Barletta. He definitely did not get that car slowed down from my perspective. Your leader with 53 laps to go, is he going to be held here? Let's see. Will Harley Barletta be held? Yes, he will. Just got word from race control that Harley Barletta will be held for speeding. So we have a lot of pit road penalties. Ryan Pittman just got caught for unsafe pit exit. He is now all the way back, I believe,
20th.
3 laps down. So not a good showing for the 08 there. Terrible, terrible luck as we see some more guys trying to get their way back around here coming out of pit road. No place is safe here, Rick. Pit road's dangerous.
Well, in reality, it always has been a tough pit road entry and exit. You're just coming the way that they've laid out this track with the old way, even the new way. You know, if you watch this in real time, in real life, you know that they had to back up the pit entry because it was just super hard to get in and out, especially with the speeds that they're generating now at this track with the next gen car and the repave. Now, the old track, not much different when it comes to the challenge of pit road. It's not about speed, it's about angles and entry that make pit road challenging here at the old Atlanta.
You got it, spot on, and we've seen that tonight. So what that's going to do is that going to move Alonzo King up to third. So knock Ryan Pittman out of contention. Alonzo King up to third.
Alonzo King almost took himself out of contention here. He's been driving. Maybe it's just Alonso's style, just the way he's getting on. He's working his way back up to the front, but super loose coming out of some of these corners.
Yeah, I mean, he is on rails right now. He is the fastest out of the leaders. Not this last time by, but 2 laps ago. So he's trying to get his way all the way back up to the top point here, see what he's able to do. He's within striking distance, 3.6 seconds back from Joey Doucette, who's looking to get a win this season. Has Joey won a regular season race? I think he won at Indy, is that correct?
He did win already once.
Yep. So, Joey Doucette looking to wait a second. Was that last week?
I
I'm gonna feel very bad, Joey. I'm so sorry. Let me
Indianapolis.
check.
No, we were at Michigan last week.
Okay, I was about to say, time had to have flown by. Yes, so Joey Doucette did win at Indy 2 weeks ago, and last week, yes, it was Chris Roll who brought home the win. Not a terrible race for Joey, finished up there in ninth, but another win on the season would be huge for this driver who up to the 13th race didn't have any wins. 14th race didn't have a win except for the All-Star race. It doesn't count for anything. So, looking at where we stand right now in the standings, you have Ty Bostic with 2 wins. You have Luke Bullard with 1, or Alonzo King with 2 wins. Everybody else has 1 win. And looking purely off of points, right now, William Mann Jr. is up there leading the point battle outside of anybody who has won, with Jeff Nairn in second, Mike Slatker in third, and Christoph Hall in fourth. So with Joey Doucette, this could be a big win for him to bump his way up there in the points, to make himself look a little bit more attractive going down into the playoffs. So Rick, 47 to go. I expect some of these guys to come down pit road here in the next 5 to 8 laps.
Yep, they pitted last on lap 87. Add 37 to that.
I believe.
124 is correct. So 9 or 10 laps. John Ledger is already in. Now 34. If they just make it to lap to the lap 124. That's not going to work.
That's going to be close. That's going to be very close to the end. I mean, they're going to be round to the edge as we see William Mann Jr.
Well, I think 38 is a dry tank.
Yeah, I think 38 is the dry tank, so it's going to be very, very, very close. No room for a green-white checkered, which this is why I like the other strategy, where they would come down about lap 137 to 140. You have 20 laps basically to go. You can push that as hard as you want. Wear out the tires, run a little bit faster. You won't have to go 38 laps and run slower times. So I'm in favor of the other strategy when it comes to longevity. We'll have to see because, Bullard had that hiccup. It's going to be tough to see what these guys can do.
If you pit on lap 125, you add 38 laps to that. That puts you at lap 162.
Yeah, it's close. It's close.
If there's a green-white checker, it's going to be a problem.
Yep, here comes Marco Berube down pit road.
Ty Bostic right behind him, coming down.
Looking at some of these guys, Luke Bullard is one of the only guys who's on this differentiating strategy. He came down on lap 100.
So these guys who are coming down now, I don't think they're going to make it.
There's no way. I mean, it's my calculations say they're going to have to come down pit road with like 2 to go.
Yeah, 158.
It's going to be so close. They're on schedule. I mean, this is how this strategy is playing out for these guys, but it is so close to the end to be able to go 40 laps on a tank, unless they're massively, saving gas. It's going to be very, very close. No way that they make it to a green-white checkered. If we have a caution before then, obviously everybody's going to come down pit road, but some of the first guys coming down right now, they are making one of their last stops of the evening. So right now we have Joey Doucette last pit on 87, Alonzo King on 85, Flamen on 86, Hall on 89, Sturgill on 88, and then you have Luke Bullard there last hit on lap 100. So we'll see when the next taker is, who the next taker is.
What's going to be Alonzo King and Pete Woodruff?
It's got to be.
Alonzo needs to get to lap 123, but my guess is he may be hitting next time by.
That would be my assumption. He would have gone, I mean, this is lap 37 right now on this tank. So, I mean, this is the test. Let's see if he can stretch it out. He's going to have to. Now, he's down to the bottom side of the track. He is coming down pit road this time by the way it looks. Here he comes. And here comes Zach Christoph Hall. Yep, right behind him. So those two guys on pit road for what could be the last time, question mark, unless we have a caution or they run out of gas. So there's those two guys. Joey Doucette and Clayman are going to come down probably in the next lap or two.
Pete Woodrum also is on pit road. Yeah, so David Clayman has got to be in on next lap by. Joey Doucette after that. Pick up our leader, Joey Doucette. Again, he is due this time by, based on our calculations up here at the booth.
Here he comes.
And really, David Clayman was already due to come in.
Yeah, he's stretching it out. He could be the beneficiary of risking it right here. Now, he has to come down this time. I don't see any way where he couldn't.
There's no way. He should be on fumes right now.
Yeah, he's all the way to the bottom side of the track. I would assume that he's coming down pit road. He's trying to get a high bank so he can get down and get slowed down here. Keeps on to it, able to slow it down. He is on pit road. Yep, good.
Joey Doucette is out. Joey Doucette is out. Joey had an excellent pit stop, 14.88 seconds, and he is back into the thick of it. Well, guess who that puts out in front? That's the number 3 of Luke Bullard, back leading this race with just 35 laps to go. The unfortunate part is that our math says that we're not really sure if Luke can make it without one more stop.
No, he definitely cannot make it. He's got to come down. My calculations say 137. Honestly, I think he should come down pit road a little bit sooner. Here comes Sturgill down pit road. But I think he should come down a little bit sooner because he's going to lose a lot of time to those guys that are on fresher tires. Looking at some lap times, Luke Bullard just ran a 32.1. Christoph Hall just ran a 31 flat. Ledger a 31.3. Hable a 31.5. Doucette a 31.3. So Bullard's going to be losing time here, and it almost looked like he tried to come down pit road that time. I don't really know, but Rick, it's about, okay, do you think you can gain all that time back up on the end of the run? Which I don't know if he can.
Don't know, but unfortunately, there's just not a lot of options here for the 3. He's going to find a time to go in. And just, will he take tires? I don't know. He may just do splash of gas. Here he comes. Just what we're talking about. He's probably listening to the broadcast. Slow down.
Hey, yeah, I was about to say, I think he may be listening a little bit.
We're hoping for a, he just looked a little fast, but
he'll be good to the end on this stop.
Oh, he's taking tires. So that's doing a full pit stop, but that'll be it. That should.
I'm very curious if he was listening there, Rick.
You can ask him if he winds up in the booth. All right, so that puts Luke Bullard back in 12th and puts Austin Habel out in front. Sammy Harrell, yep, headed down pit road. Austin Habel is your leader. He's got Joey Doucette there right behind him. Joey Doucette's working his way around. Joey Doucette pitted last on lap 24. Austin Habel 116. Austin Habel will need to come back down pit road.
He will, and this is the time where
Marco Berube and Jeff Nairn will need to come back down.
And I think Skytman too. He came down on lap 104.
He 104. Yep, that's correct.
Yeah,
William
John
Mann
Ledger.
Jr.
Yep.
So Joey Doucette takes over first here at the Tech4Troops Peachtree 240. We're going to take this opportunity to run a commercial, and we will be right back.
When veterans get out of the military, a lot of them don't know how to translate their skill sets into the civilian world, and they lapse into poverty or into homelessness. But it can be easier with the right support. At Tech4Troops, our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers to get back in the workforce. We want to support our veterans across the nation.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Peachtree 240, brought to you by Tech4Troops, the 1111 Project, and U-Haul. We thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network. Both John and myself here in the booth, thank you. We know you have options for what you want to see, and we appreciate you tuning in. And if you haven't already, you could, whichever stream you're watching, like and subscribe so we can keep you up to date with what's happening out with the IWM Broadcast team and our growing family of subscribers. So Joey Doucette continues to lead here at Atlanta. There's been a battle, a particularly hard-fought battle with pit stops and strategy. So we've been trying to do our best to do the math as all these drivers are doing themselves. Oh, contact right there. It's like the Bostic and I think the 19 or the 81.
Harley Barletta. That's not what anybody wanted to see. And a caution. There it is.
Caution flies.
There it is. What do you do?
Mark Hanna was involved in that. We'll get you to that in a second. That is a blessing for John Ledger, Marco Berube, Jeff Nairn especially. Let's see what happened to Mark Hanna that caused that.
Oh no. Not good.
Mark did the right thing, which was to back out off of the racing surface. There's the pace car coming past him. All right, so that said, that now has everybody coming down onto pit road.
You have to. You can't miss a thing.
Nope. Oh, someone spun at the far end. I think that was Jeff Nairn.
I believe so.
It's like the 3 was gonna come in.
Ooh.
That's right in front.
That was a close call,
Yeah,
to say the
sure
least.
was. All right, 24 laps to go. Only our second caution of the night. Those lap down cars are now making their way down onto pit road. That puts David Clayman out in front, I think.
I believe it does. With 23 laps to go.
Now, David Clayman and Luke Bullard did not come in.
Yeah, that's the game you play. Can they hold on for 23 laps, though? That's the question. That's a tough question to answer.
Well, you know what? In about a lap and a half, we're going to kind of have that explained to us.
I think we will. I think we will.
So, laying it out, 23 laps to go here at Old Atlanta. It has been a fuel strategy, pit strategy type of race. There are 12 competitors, I think, still on the lead lap. That may change a bit as these guys come off pit road and make their way around. I could have my numbers completely off, but about approximately half the field is on the lead lap. This was the time to stop around lap 136 with 160 laps to go. It's about 38 laps per tank. But 2 drivers, David Clayman and Luke Bullard, stayed out.
That's a gutsy call. But
They,
it takes gutsy calls to win races.
It does. They'll both be in front of their respective lanes as we come back to the restart and the lights are off on the pace car. So you don't have fresh tires. Your tires are about 11 laps worse than everybody behind you. There is fall off, but I think they're gambling on the fact that their tires aren't so bad right now.
Yeah, and could this be the last caution, or could it not be? I mean, that's what these guys are hoping for. They're hoping that there's a couple cautions, and this goes in the way of how their race has been played out. But as it stands, Luke Bullard and David Clayman up there second and first. We'll see who can win.
I think those guys don't want a caution because they've got just enough fuel to make it around.
Right. Here we go. Pace car drops off. And green flag back in the air. 21 laps to go at the line. David Clayman at the point.
David Clayman needs a win. Oh, contact with a wall. I think that was Christoph Hall. They're 3 wide behind.
Oh, is that a car on the inside? Not sure who that is.
Alonzo King, 44. The 6 of Austin Habel.
David Clayman's running for his life right now. He's like, I'm trying to get away from you guys.
He needs Luke Bullard to tuck his nose up under, and they need to be running tight. Unfortunately, that 11 of Joey Doucette is right there waiting for a mistake.
Oh, we got a car loose on the bottom side of the track. Able to clean it up. That was the 19 of Ledger. $19 laps to go.
David Clayman continues to show the way. Luke Bullard is right there. In the wings, Alonzo King and Joey Doucette right there. They're eye on these guys. They're now battling each other right there. That's everything David Clayman wants to see. He sees Alonzo King battling Joey Doucette. Alonzo is running that high line. Oh, contact between the 11 of Doucette and the 80 of King.
Arguably two of the top 2 championship contenders right now. And here comes Alonzo King to the outside, but Joey just slides up in front of him, cuts the air off. Alonzo King saves it. But here comes Bullard to the lead.
Heck of a move. That's amazing driving by Alonzo King to save that car.
It is, and Clayman in the wall. Clayman tagged the wall out of 4. And here comes Joey Doucette right behind the number 3 of Luke Bullard with 17 to go. Don't open up that inside. That 11 will take it all day long.
Oh, contact, I think, between the 17 and the 11. If there wasn't, it was darn close.
It was close.
Alonzo King taking the high line around, and he gets that run every time he does this.
Could he make it 3 wide going into turn 1? He's there. He's going to go right behind the 17 of Clayman. Contact! Saves it.
Austin Habel in the 6 is right there as well.
3 wide, coming out of 2, not good. Who's going to give?
Oh, contact with the 11.
Oh,
There's
the
still
6 just, the
Austin
6
Habel.
doored the 80. That was weird.
6 saves it. He saves it and holds on to it.
Joey Doucette got in the back of the 17, pushes him up the track with Alonzo King right behind him. Alonzo King gives the 17 a bump, which pushes the 17 back in front of the 11.
15 laps to go. Alonzo King just wants to get past these guys. He's had enough.
Yeah, I mean, Joey Doucette was not pleased with the 17. 80's trying to get around him. He's definitely faster. Here comes the 80 to the high side. Definitely going to have a run out of the corner here. 14 to go.
80 finally gets around the 17 of Clayman. Again, older tires. Harley Barletta is in the pits. Now Alonzo King has got 2 in front of him, the 11 of Doucette and the 3 of Bullard. Levin's running his normal line a bit low, and again King on the outside takes that high line. He's got so much momentum.
And don't look too far back, but here comes the 27 of Jeff Nairn running his fastest time of the race. 2 laps to go. With 13 to go, don't count out that 27 machine.
Again, another NB2 driver trying to work his way back up. Luke Bullard out in front. We haven't mentioned Luke's name, but he is currently leading almost 3/4 of a second. He wants his rearview mirror full of Doucette and King battling each other. The more they do, the less he has to deal with them.
That gap has actually grown, if you think about it. Oh, Alonso sideways. He's saved it. He's got it.
And that just spread him out a bit from the 11 and caused the 27 the chance to slide up. And now he'll have to deal with the 80.
That gap has actually grown a little bit, as I was saying, to about 8/10 to 9/10 right now. Here comes his Luke Bullard's teammate, the 27 of Jeff Nairn, trying to get by to get into that podium spot.
And they would love a 1-2 finish here with NB2 for sure.
They would.
That team is currently leading the points.
They are. They've had a great season so far, and let's see if they're able to bring it home. 1-2. Don't look too far back. Christoph Hall has made his way up to 5th. And Luke Bullard's able to keep the gap, Rick, even though he has 8 laps older tires.
Yeah, the fall off is, I guess, not really that bad at this stage of the race. And,
Awesome.
and of course, that gap is helped by the fact that these guys are 2 and 3 wide behind him.
Yeah, and we got a lap car right in front of the 3. I believe that is Sammy Harrell. May cause a little bit of an issue. Here comes the 27, though, trying to overtake both the 80 and the 11 of Joey Doucette. 80's loose again. It's going to open up the door for the 27 to move into P2.
Naren's running that same high line that King was running.
The gap is 9/10, Rick. With 8 laps to go, Jeff Naren has to gain a 10th a lap to be able to catch his teammate up there. I'll be watching that tracker. It's down to 0.8 of a second right now, hovering around that mark.
Eight laps to go.
Gap is down to 0.7, Rick. The gap is 0.6 going into turn 1. Down to 5.8, 5.7. I think this 27 may catch his teammate. Oh, Alonso in the wall. Alonso, big hit. Gets in the wall out of 4 again.
He's doing everything he can to try and catch up to these guys. Good opportunity here. I think Jeff needs to win to get in.
I mean, Jeff easily has a faster car. He's closed in over close to a second in the last 3 laps. Here comes Jeff Naren to the bottom. Here he goes. Jeff Naren to the lead.
6 laps to go. That's exactly what Jeff needed. Playing some good team driving there with his teammate, Luke Bullard. And Jeff Naren is now your leader with 5 laps to go here in Atlanta. A relatively caution-free event here with just 2 cautions in the books. 2 or 3, right? 2 or 3?
2?
2, yeah.
2. Now, one thing I want to pay attention to is that number 3 car, who is getting that gap eaten up a little bit by Alonso King and the 44 of Christoph Hall. So they're looking to spoil this NB2 party as long as nobody else wrecks. This could be a great day for NB2 and a much-deserved win for Jeff Naren. We've talked about it all season, Rick. Jeff's been one of the best drivers. He just hasn't been able to get it done at the end of the race. This could be his day. 3 to go.
3 laps to go here in Atlanta. This race could be decided in the next 2 minutes.
80 gets, or 44 rather, they save it.
80 is trying to battling Christoph Hall to get around here. Marco Berube is back there as well. A great showing by the 99 of Marco Berube. He's up to 5th.
Great run for him. Top 5, possibly going to get on the podium here if he's able to pass Christoph Hall. 2 to go.
We're watching these guys battling for 3rd, 4th, and 5th here because that seems to have the most opportunity. Yeah, Marco Berube goes under, tries to get under the 44 here.
Hey, out of 4, white flag in the air for the 27 of Jeff Naren.
Final lap. Final lap here at Old Atlanta. Jeff Naren leading. Luke Bullard in P2.
Oh, here's Marco Berube side.
Oh, Christoph Hall was blinking there for a second.
Is Hall going to slide up the track? Or he may just disappear, I don't know. But that means Jeff Naren wins the Peachtree 240 with his teammate in 2nd, and Marco Berube comes home in 3rd.
Fabulous finish here at Old Atlanta for the Tech4Troops Cup Series. Jeff Naren, your winner. Luke Bullard in 2nd. Marco Berube in 3rd. Christoph Hall in 4th. Alonso King in 5th. Those are the unofficial results. We'll bring you the regular results, the official ones, momentarily as they come in.
A win for that 27 machine. Well deserved by Mr. Naren. We've talked about it all season long. Oh, we have some contact in the back between Alonso King and Was that Joey Doucette? Not really sure what happened there. But Jeff Nairn bringing it down pit road, it looks like. Maybe he's going to take a left here, or is he just going to park it? He said, this car is too good, I can't tear it up. But Jeff, I mean, this was such a well-deserved win for that team. They deserve this win with the season that they've had.
We're watching Jeff Nairn celebrate his victory.
Lock Jeff into the playoffs. Yep. It's going to lock him into the playoffs.
All right, so it looks like the official results are in.
All right. Jeff Nairn bringing home the win for NB2 Motorsports, and his teammate right behind him, Luke Bullard, finishes in second. Marco Berube with, I believe, one of his first podiums of the year, in third with Christoph Hall finishing in fourth, up 19 spots. Joey Doucette looks like he finished, or Alonzo King finished in fifth with Joey Doucette in sixth. John Ledger in seventh. Cody Sturgill up 14 spots to finish up in eighth. Ty Bostic in ninth. And David Clayman rounding out your top 10.
All right, in 11th, Maurice Burnett. 12th, Semi Harrell. 13th, Sean Skytman. Pete Woodrum is in 14th. Ryan Pittman in 15th. Phil Vanderwick in 16th. David Watts finished in 17th. Mark Hanna in 18th. In 19th, Austin Habel. Harley Barletta finishes in 20th. 21st, Charles Van Scoik. William Mann Jr., 22nd. 23rd, Brad Previtt. 24th, Jesse Vaughn. Grant Altizer and Travis Burgard round out the field. Wow, that was a race.
What a race, and what an awesome showing by these Tech4Troops drivers tonight. A few cautions on the night. What a great run for everybody here. Shout out to the whole field for an amazing run.
Well, and on that note, we welcome Marco Berube to the booth. Marco, congratulations.
Hi, Rick. Hi, John. Yeah, I'm very surprised to be here.
Well, you know, Atlanta is an interesting venue. It's definitely, you know, I'm guessing you're doing a lot of math in the car.
Yes, and I was very happy to see that last caution because it was 5 laps short.
Yeah, I think you had pitted last on lap 104, and yeah, you were the ones that we were talking about that needed that caution to come out, or you're going to have to go down pit road.
Yeah, I started saving a little bit, and then I realized, oh, I'm 5 laps short anyway, so I can't save that much. So I just kept going and got lucky and get the yellow flag. So
yeah, you'll have to thank, I think that was Mark Hanna, who unfortunately spun coming off of pit road. Relatively few cautions tonight, only a handful. Really made for some great racing.
Yeah, a lot of green flag pitting, so I didn't mess up on any of them. So it was very positive that way. So
you know, really for those last,
very happy.
Yeah, so those last 10 laps, we were really focusing on the battle between yourself, Christoph Hall, and Alonzo King. You guys were neck and neck there. Really, some of the most intense racing on the track.
Yeah, for once I was smart. I just decided, hey, I'm here. I'm in top 10, so I'll take what comes to me, and it just worked out. I had enough to pass them late in the race. So,
well, congratulations!
Thank you very much. First top 3 ever.
That's awesome.
We'll take it.
So, any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, my teammate Phil and Dave and my wife, because you can make sure I'm going to make her watch the broadcast tomorrow.
There you go.
Good. Absolutely. All right. Well, congratulations. And like always, you're welcome to hang out here in the broadcast booth. We're going to bring in the other guys, and we're going to bring in Luke Bullard.
Sounds good. I'll stay around.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Luke, congratulations on your P2 and most importantly, your team win.
Yeah, that's right. We're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, we definitely felt that there was some team orders there towards the end, but Jeff was definitely working his way up through the field for sure.
Oh yeah, Jeff was coming. I didn't give that to him. He earned it. He had better tires than I did. I couldn't even hang with him when he got by me.
Well, yeah, that's exactly it. You pitted last on lap 128, and he had at least nearly 10 laps to the better. What was really, as we were watching, was what was happening behind you, because besides Christoph Hall, I mean, Alonzo King was coming, and Marco. We just talking to Marco. He was coming as well. So, yeah, it's an awesome finish.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. I thought after that last restart, it probably wouldn't take 2 or 3 laps, and I thought Joey and Alonzo would be up there fighting pretty hard. And I think they got together a few times, or maybe Clayman. They were all battling back there together. I was loving it though, because I knew that was my only chance to stay in front of them.
Well, when you watch the broadcast, I think John and I were talking about that as the same thing, that as long as they were battling door to door behind you, that was all to the good.
Yeah, I knew Joey wanted that low line. He was diving into corners pretty hard, so I kept blocking it, and then Clayman was holding up on the high side, so it worked out good in the rearview mirror. And then next thing I know, Jeff's back there, and I'm like, oh man, this is even better. And so I was rooting for him. While I was leading the race, rooting for him. I'm just happy he got up there and got that playoff spot.
Well, great job. Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, just shout out to Jeff, man. He has had a rough go this year, just bad luck all around, and gotten a bunch of trouble that wasn't none of his fault. And I'm excited for him.
Well, let's go ahead on that note. Let's move Jeff to the broadcast booth. Jeff, congratulations on your finish, on your win.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. It's been a long time coming.
Well, it definitely came at the right time with just one race left before the playoffs. You just punched your ticket.
Yeah, I was. I like to add a little drama to it, I guess. But yeah, it was. I felt like it was overdue, but if I was just making mistakes throughout the year on my own, so it's a learning curve, and I got some good teammates that are coaching me along the way. Luke and Ty, I got to give a little handout to those two, because away from our Wednesday night races, we do get together and share a little information, practice. So it's definitely a total team effort.
Well, speaking of total team effort, did that put all 3 of you guys in the playoffs?
Yes, it did. Sure did.
Congratulations. All right, well, your first win, and it was an important one. Any shout-outs tonight?
Just like I said, my 2 teammates, Luke and Ty worked really good with me throughout the season, sharing information. The whole Southern E Motorsports group, we have a good time away from, like I said, our Wednesday night events, just getting together, hanging out, and sharing information that we all hope that can help one another, and it shows on the track. Most of those guys do pretty well, so I'm excited to be amongst that group of individuals.
Well, congratulations on a well-deserved finish here and win at Old Atlanta. And so, John, any parting words?
We have one race to go before the playoffs start next week, and one of my favorite tracks, Talladega. Anybody can win. We may see a surprise winner, but make sure to come back next week and tune in to our regular season finale at Talladega next Wednesday night. Same broadcast network, same time, 8:30 Eastern time, 7:30 Central time. I'm going to try to convince Elliot to give me the race, because I love Talladega, Rick. So I may have to call it from the track. So
we'll see about that. All right, folks. Thanks again for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the Tech4Troops Peachtree 240. Your winner, Jeff Nairn. Second place, Luke Bullard and Marco Berube finished up the top 3. That's your podium. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Good night.